What's up, curious folks? After years and years of watching hundreds of documentaries, TV shows, and millions of images and videos on the internet, there are still things that always surprise us. Maybe it's because there are more than 7 billion of us, and with immediate access to the internet, we can literally come across anything at any time. Even if you think you've seen everything, there are always new things. Senor Curiosity is here for that. Here are 20 things you'll see for the first time in your life. Some cultures believe that the red and black insects we know as ladybugs bring good luck. And while it may be a bit hard to confirm this fact, what we do know is that these striking creatures have excellent flying technique. We can see this in these slow motion images that show us up close and in great detail how they move through the air, revealing how the wings they use to fly are hidden beneath another pair of rigid, brightly colored wings. When it comes to specializing in a job or field, the best option is hours and hours of work that give us extensive experience. But did you know that in cases like tattoo artists, to avoid ruining a person's skin, they usually start by practicing on animal skins or on fruits like oranges? In this case, we're seeing a professional who wanted to have some fun and had no problem dedicating a few lines of ink to this poor orange, which probably ended up tasting a bit strange after such a job. Leave the orange alone, tattoo artist. Making sweets is truly an art, and in South Korea they are real specialists at it. For example, the company Candy Factory from that country not only makes classic candies by hand, but also puts the faces of different characters on them. And if you were wondering how the artisans can achieve something like that, you should watch the following video. As we can see, everything starts with large pots of sugar and water, which are then turned into a big melted mixture that is colored and separated into sections. This allows the different features of the character to be formed in a kind of large cylinder. And after this, we get to the most amazing part, where the candy is worked by hand to form thin tubes that are quickly cut into candies, each with a cute little face. If anything defines the kingdom of fungi, it's how quickly they grow and multiply effortlessly. Many species spread through spores, and to see how this process works, you should watch this video. The following images show us the growth and sporulation of the golden oyster mushroom species. These organisms are found in a special substrate block for their growth, and in just a matter of days, they can already be harvested for eating. If we look more closely, the time-lapse also allows us to observe how clusters of spores appear, and also the moment when these tiny particles float into the air, allowing more mushrooms to grow. For years, humans have sought ways to reach Mars to explore if life exists or if living there is possible. And for that, since 2004, different missions have been launched with advanced robots capable of taking samples and capturing images of the Martian surface. And if you were wondering what these devices known as rovers look like up close, the answer is in this video. The images we're seeing were recorded at the California Institute of Technology in the United States and allow us to see what Curiosity, the rover currently on the red planet, looks like. We know that when driving on the road, we have to be alert because obstacles or even animals can appear. But have you ever imagined that a road would be blocked for this reason? Tumbleweeds are a problem on roads that pass through the desert areas of the United States. As we can see, they move easily with the wind and drag each other along. This causes hundreds of plants to pile up, and every time we move them, they reappear further ahead, which ends up making it quite difficult for cars to pass. In general, pets get along very well with new children in the family. And the following video shows us a rather strange example, but no less adorable because of it. This reticulated python lives in a house in London, United Kingdom, and has a special affection for her human sister, who is only 7 years old. Apparently, she has known the girl since she was born, and they grew up together. So both are used to spending a lot of time together and are not afraid of each other. Yeah, what about the shocked owl? Let's go. If we think of a boat, we probably imagine a conventional vessel. But in this video, we will get to know the yacht of a French visual artist that is completely out of the ordinary. In these images, we see what appears to be floating rocks, but it's actually an artificial part of Julien Berthier's vessel hull. The artist designed and built it with his own hands so that it would go unnoticed in the coastal environment. For these reasons, the boat also blends with Marseille's cliffs, inspiring him to name it Invisible. When it comes to comics, we're talking about DC. This company has countless fictional characters and has created a true multiverse with millions of fans. One of its newest characters is from the movie Black Adam, and though it hasn't been released, a fan from South Korea chose to pay tribute to him. As we can see, this artist created an amazing statue of the actor who is going to play Black Adam, Don LaRocca Johnson. Although since we didn't have details yet about what the costume would look like, he focused on the actor's face and part of his chest. Japan is one of the most densely populated countries in the world, although it has certain areas that are an exception. These images are from a region known as Yuriyama, with a series of 12 small villages that are completely abandoned. The area saw its population drop drastically due to the construction of a huge dam. The main village, with more than 60 homes, was completely submerged in the lake that was artificially created, and the people from the neighboring villages also relocated until the entire area was left uninhabited. What's curious is that, as we can see, many of the belongings of the former residents are still in the places where they left them more than 40 years ago. There is a well-known saying that claims lightning never strikes the same place twice, but in reality, the exact opposite could happen. And if you're interested in seeing proof, you should watch these images. This homemade video of a storm in China shows us what a person was seeing from their home. As we can see, while recording the heavy rain with their phone, lightning struck the streetlight pole, but the most incredible thing is that the electric discharge hit that same spot again and again, reaching a total of 11 strikes. That's really scary. We know that Asian cuisine is one of the richest and most varied in the world. And in this video, we will see how one of the most well-known desserts in some regions of China and Japan is made, but in giant form. Sesame balls are a delicious dessert made from fried dough filled with red bean paste. But a Japanese restaurant in the Ueno district of Tokyo offers us this enormous sesame ball, which, as we can see, is skillfully cooked in a pan until it multiplies several times its original size. When we are children, we usually have a lot of imagination, but as we grow up, we can lose that fantastical view of reality. But this is not the case for this group of young Germans who, after graduating from high school, decided to get together and carry out some crazy ideas from their childhood. For example, this 15-meter tall project, which, as we can see, is a kind of giant house of cards, a fun construction that was made with wooden doors. Though it held up well, it wasn't built to last, as they quickly knocked it down with a car when finished. Racing plane pilots can do impressive tricks, but the Italian Dario Costa decided to take this to the next level. This experienced pilot, a specialist in aerial acrobatics, is the first person to take off and fly an aircraft inside a tunnel. As we see in this incredible video, he flew from end to end through the tunnel, perfectly controlling the plane, despite going at a speed of 250 kilometers per hour, a feat that allowed him to set several world records and enter the history of aviation in a truly unique way. Many children are fascinated by cars and trucks, and that's why toy companies sell small battery-powered vehicles so they can enjoy driving them. But only in Brazil are these incredible mini trucks produced. As we can see, they are a perfect replica of the semi-trucks, and some models have a cabin so large that even an adult can fit inside. Of course, they also include a horn or klaxon to make the experience even more complete. That's really interesting, buddy.
El maní es uno de los frutos.
They're favorites for many because they're tasty, nutritious, and typically available year-round. And this plant has a not very well-known characteristic. It's extremely easy to grow at home. To prove it, a YouTuber recorded the complete life cycle of a peanut he took from a package he bought at a supermarket. As we can see, he simply took the peanuts, planted them in a pot, and carefully watered everything until the sprouts turned into plants. After a few months, he was able to harvest new seeds that were completely suitable for eating or for planting again, and starting the cycle over. Nature never ceases to amaze us with new species that had not been recorded until now. And a good example of this is the creature we see in the video, recorded at a depth of about 700 meters. As we can see, this striking jellyfish that floats peacefully is an intense red color and was filmed for the first time just a few weeks ago during a deep-sea research expedition off the coast of Newport in the United States. Oh yes, since this is a recent discovery, this jellyfish variety still lacks a name. If we think of Greece, surely all the tourist spots it has to offer come to mind. A small town in this country called Aitoliko also has a curious natural phenomenon that some people might find terrifying. Because around the lake that gives this town its name, there lives a spider that has the habit of covering everything with its gigantic webs. Luckily, the species is harmless, but it weaves its nest so quickly that it can cover hundreds of square kilometers of vegetation and roads in little time. In some parts of the world, winter brings below zero temperatures and a lot of snow. But on the shores of Lake Erie in the United States, the cold season can cause an unusual phenomenon. As we see in this striking video, all the buildings near the lake shore are covered by a thick layer of ice that in some cases is up to 10 centimeters thick. This event happens when icy winds combine with waves up to 4 meters high, which ends up causing the surfaces of buildings and vehicles to freeze in this strange way in just a few hours. How interesting, planet Earth. I've heard that walking every day is an excellent exercise, but sometimes we might need some motivation to start and keep up the habit. Thinking of a solution, a Dutch inventor created this bicycle called Lapafib. This curious means of transportation promises to offer us a fun way to get around, while also helping us walk a little. As we see in the video, it's an electric bicycle, but instead of pedals, it has a treadmill. Its battery lasts more than 50 kilometers per charge, and it reaches a speed of 25 kilometers per hour. However, even though it may seem quite comfortable, for now it's not accessible to everyone since its price exceeds $2,000.